Live. Minimize. Do. And boom.
And here we are. Oh, jeez. It's screaming at me.
Yeah.
I really despise those Hertz ads. I don't know, it bothers me.
Lucky Bat, ooh, Jason M, hey everyone. Captain Howdy 91, howdy folks. Woo, did I do some painting today? And you guys are gonna see it on like January 22nd or something.
Oh yeah.
Seth Todd, hi. Sean, hi all.
Ooh, Discord's late on the notifications.
Ooh.
It's like 30 seconds late.
Can you imagine being 30 seconds late?
Jeez, I would never.
Oh no, I ruined everything. I need to learn Artist Opus's like magic of how you dry brush while keeping your brush wet. Because it's hard.
Do you think it's water or do you think it's pee?
It might be pee. Maybe that's the secret.
Yep.
Although I've tried pee and I didn't have any more success.
Interesting. And we're already starting off with the pee-pee poo-poo jokes. Yeah, so that's how this stream's gonna go today. I only want to watch it. evening, everyone.
Evening to all, and to all a good night.
A good EOB. Nuzzles, time for my obligatory question. What's your preferred brand of oil paint?
I don't know. It's all the same. I bought a cheap set of like student grade stuff, and some of it is garbage, and some of it's really good. And then I bought some artist quality stuff, and some of it is, and most of it has been very, very good, but some of it's bad. It seems like blacks are really, really tricky. Because I own two that I spent a lot of money on, and I don't know if I like either of them.
Oh. Yeah, so there you go. So they're all the same except for the ones that are not.
Yeah.
Those ones suck. Don't get those ones. Get the ones that are good.
Mm-hmm.
Ginzik of Doom. Hello, Jay and Nick. How was your horrendous night? Got some good news. Got myself a new vehicle. Time to save money for a Warlord Titan.
Is it like one of those Little Tykes Power Wheels?
In the context of this, it could be anything. It could be a real car, or it could be a rhino. It could really be anything.
Sean, when in doubt, piss it out.
My motto.
Seth Todd, are you ever going to paint Wasteland Warfare? That's the Modifius game, the Fallout game. Probably. I've done it in the past. I know I've been on a 40k kick lately for the past 6 months.
And really specifically, Kill Team.
Mm-hmm.
Megahertz 0111. We got a question. Got any top tip for a blow considering starting with airbrushing?
Badger Patriot 105. For compressor, whatever's cheap.
Ginzik of Doom, it's a Dodge Durango, but it's also a Rhino. Damn, well, there you go.
Nuzzles, if black is tricky to work with, what's your preferred general wash brown? No, black wash is fine. Black wash works great. Just painting black armor or things that should be black are tricky. Who's the fella who's racked up, I think, 200 golden demons?
Travarian?
He just had a really, really good video on black paint. Because he put out a video about how to paint Black Templar, and apparently his comment section was full of people saying, that's blue armor, not black armor. And so he very calmly and very correctly said that black, you can't represent black with black because it's boring or it doesn't look realistic. And then he took a whole bunch of real photos of black things and used a color picker tool and kind of proved that every single value was something other than black. And it was really cool. Joshua Prizgoki, evening everyone. Bourbon or beer? What's bourbon? Is bourbon just like a brown liquor?
Yes.
It's probably got more alcohol than beer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so bourbon.
I'm gonna go with vodka.
Yeah.
It's gonna not follow your question.
Seth Todd, Citadel or Army Painter? Army Painter has some pros and cons, but it's very cheap. Games Workshop has some pros and cons, but they're very expensive. Flipping that dude at 88. Sorry I'm late. Was watching anime. Well, I hope it was the Star Wars show, which I need to watch. I've heard from someone who hates anime that it sucks, but I kind of like anime, so I bet I'll enjoy it. They had one of my least favorites criticisms, which was it didn't understand Star Wars.
Do I know this person?
Yeah, it was Sean.
Okay. That was my guess. That's fun. So there you go, Sean, if you're listening. And not the Sean that's in the chat, but a different Sean.
But you know, anime definitely is an acquired taste. I get why a lot of people don't like it. Although I think some people need to give it a little more of a try, because all anime is just animation from Japan, and it's super varied in difference depending on what you watch. Like, I think anyone would like a Miyazaki movie because they're just crazy good. Whereas, no, you should not like shonen anime, which is like high school anime, or like anime aimed at like 12-year-olds.
But I think there's also just a giant stigma.
Yeah, there is.
Because some of the people that like anime are annoying.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, I think that's part of it too. Can't wait for the Warhammer anime.
Yeah, well, isn't that a Hammer and Bolter?
Yeah, basically.
No, but it's not done. It's not done by a Japanese studio. Therefore, it's not anime.
Right. Jason M., imagine telling a 20-plus time Golden Demon winner he's wrong. Yeah, but that's the internet there, folks. That's just how it is. You could do everything right and be wrong still. And Jay is also wrong.
Frozen Throg, you basically mix two opposing colors to get a much more interesting black. Yeah, I usually use gray, although I totally see the blue. Blue works really, really well. Because blue kind of can trick your brain into thinking it's black. I'm planning. I have a video planned where I take two things that are black and then I paint them each like a separate way of painting them black. I think one I would start with a red base coat and then paint black on top, and then one I would start with a green base coat and paint black on top, and then see how it looks. And I love this Army Painter small dry brush. and it cost about $6 or $7, and I'm sure it is vastly inferior to the Artist Opus $50 small dry brush.
I only want to watch it when your fandom becomes your personality. That's when you become annoying. Yeah, and there's a lot of people on in Warhammer, for anime, for
Sports ball,
sports ball, for
cars,
literally everything.
Yeah.
Power Surge, what is a pet peeve you have towards others when they post their miniatures? Nowhere in particular, just in general. Blurry.
Blurry, yeah. Bad photos is always annoying.
Too far away.
What's amazing after doing several thousand EOB completes is people probably at least half the time, if not much more, take a much better before picture than an after picture.
It's insane.
Because, and I figure it's probably because when they're taking a before, they're at least near a lamp so they can see what they're doing. And then when it's done, they like take it in the kitchen or the bathroom or their bedroom where there's just no light.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty wild. Sometimes every once in a while, sometimes it looks like they took a photo and didn't look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff's pretty wild.
Not in focus.
Yeah.
Super dark.
Yeah.
There's like underwear in the photo.
Yes. God. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, the thing that made me, I think it made me really conscious. We were talking about this today. It made me really conscious of what is in the background of a photo. Like, you know, if you're just taking a photo in front of your desk and you don't realize that you have your Social Security card out, you don't realize that you have your, wad of cash out, a dead body, whatever it is. You probably should, put that dead body away. Put it in the cooler for later.
Yeah, we get it. You're going to dispose of it later. You don't have time before you take the photo. Because, you don't, sometimes things don't, line up timing-wise. But, yeah, just set it aside for later. Put it somewhere safe where the authorities aren't going to find it. And then take the photo of your model.
Mm-hmm. Power Surge, I'm never satisfied with my pictures, but your photography video really made it easier to deal with. I mean, we've seen the model photos. I think they're good. They're clear. You can see exactly what's going on. The models are painted nice. I don't know. I think they look good. Alex YT, hey, if I used sub-assemblies and painted the bits, can I still use plastic glue or should I go with super?
If there's not a plastic to plastic connection, like if you're gluing something but there's paint in the seam to be glued, you have to use super glue. If you're willing to either mask off the area to be glued or scrape off the paint, then you can get a plastic bonds. But yeah, if you don't do that, and I often don't, I just give up and use super glue because it'll be fine. Then, super glue away. But yeah, plastic glue requires a clean plastic to plastic connection point.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, his black armor did suck. It was blue. You know what? That actually brings up a really interesting point, because I remember I was showing Lucky Bat when I was first showing Lucky Bat some of the things like I've painted and what other people have painted. You really do develop an eye for appreciating miniatures, because they would often see a model and it would be like, oh, that model is green, Even though us as wargamers would kind of recognize, like, well, actually it's yellow with a brown wash and with chipping and with, but when you layer all those things to someone who doesn't know, it reads differently. You really do develop like this whole new skill of kind of like understanding the process. And so I could totally see somebody being like, that is blue, but I see Trevarion's model and I'm like, that is the sickest black armor I've ever seen in my life. Even though it's almost completely 100% blue. But I get that in terms of how do you render blue, it is black. Or how do you render black, you're using blue to do it.
Right.
Frozen Frog, how does one get an understanding of Star Wars? I would say if you like any of the movies or books or video games or shows, I think you have an appreciation for or an understanding of Star Wars.
Huh. Well, there you go. Kyle Seeley, question: what is the best glue to use to glue a resin mini to a plastic base?
Super glue.
There you go.
Nuzzles. Now I'm tempted to leave fake crime evidence in the background of my EOB complete submissions.
Uh-oh. Yeah, sometimes people have insane stuff.
Ian Leche, the moment when you're painting minis and doing taxes at the same time.
Oh, goodness. Love good taxes.
EJ95, I've attached pieces using plastic cement while gluing onto painted surfaces. It just melts the paint. Yeah, you can definitely do that, but I think you're going to have a less successful bond.
James Bond.
Yeah, I've definitely been able to use the plastic glue to like melt and wipe away the paints, but I usually just find it doesn't matter. Super glue is plenty strong. Ian Leche, how do you paint those Space Marine shoulder pads? It's so annoying trying to repaint those little edges on the pad and the main pad. You should watch the video painting Space Marine shoulder pads, where I paint 5 Space Marine shoulder pads with different chapters in mind. Champ Styles, what is Star Wars? It's an episode of Star Trek.
Oh. I'll have to watch it. It sounds like fun.
Kyle Seeley, I could not get the super glue to bond. Maybe I need to wait longer. Resin to resin bonds almost instantly. Sometimes super glue can have a long dry time. If it can't get any air, it can stay liquid for longer than you'd think. But I'd say like 30 seconds. Sometimes if you use a lot of super glue, it's going to take a lot longer to dry. Like sometimes I'm impatient and I'll just dump super glue onto something and then I have to wait like minutes for it to dry.
Ian Leche, wait, you paint parts first, then glue them together? You can.
You can. I found over time I do it less and less because if something's going to be a real pain to reach with a brush, I find maybe it just doesn't even need to get painted.
Right.
Like all of these orcs have been 100% glued together. And there's plenty of things where it's hard to reach details, like on these Ludas. I kind of just let their torsos and legs be brown. Because really, you're not going to be looking at it. You're going to be looking at their big old def gun.
Oh, I'm gonna look at all the places you don't want me to look.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm gonna point them out, and I'm gonna make fun of you, and you're gonna be sad, and you're gonna cry.
Actually, that armor's blue.
Exactly. I left all those comments. I'm gonna be honest with you. To be honest, I usually I lie, but that I'm gonna be honest. That was all me. I have 15 different accounts.
Fun fact, Tamiya Extra Thin is basically the same stuff as their airbrush cleaner. Man, I hope not.
I've heard that before. I don't know if we've heard. I feel like we've heard that before on stream.
I don't think I've never used Tamiya airbrush cleaner, but
God, would that be horrible if it was?
I mean, I think it just has like
disgusting.
acetone in it or something.
Yeah.
I guess that's can be used for cleaning.
The mostly sly fox. Man, I'm appreciating the old boys more after having these terrible monopose new ones.
I think they look pretty darn cool. I feel like monopose doesn't matter.
Gone.
Yeah, I feel like monopose doesn't matter unless you need more than one set of them. But as far as we know, the monopose set is not the only thing we're getting. Because we've had a lot of other monopose things that have... they started life as monopose things in limited edition boxes, and then they got released in multi-part plastic kits. The Primary Space Marines, the Gene Stealer, all of the Gene Stealer cult models, all of the Sisters of Battle models.
My thing is this. Who is really making sure that they all look completely different? When you have 90 boys, does every single one look completely different? Or do they all kind of look the same anyways?
Yeah, but they're not literally the same. I see it both ways. I usually like the monopose models because they look sick. Also, I mean, to be fair, almost all models are monopose. Everything in 3D print is monopose. Almost everything in resin is monopose. Almost everything for every single other game is monopose. But
right. And they will have a not monopose option at some point. I mean, there's a reason why they're keeping the old boys on the website.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't think that people are really... I don't believe people are really spending all of their time making every single one look completely different.
I hate the new boys, and I hate how you can only get them in the start collecting. Wait, would you hate them less if you could buy them? Because it sounds like you wouldn't buy them if you could buy them. I think they look neat, and it'll be neat to see when we get a different box that has Shudas or Slugga Choppa.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people get really annoyed with the idea of there ought to be this, without kind of looking at, well, actually these are pretty cool on their own, but there ought to be,
right?
Like, well, it ought to be free, and there should be STLs, and
right.
You should just do something more rewarding with your time, and I don't know, maybe you get more hours in at work and
make more money. Get divorced, find a better wife.
Yeah. At some point, the things that oughta will just drive you crazy.
Wow. So are we starting an EOB inspirational channel?
Yeah.
We'll have Gary V on.
Mm-hmm. Benjamin Reynolds, the Assault Marines weren't too bad to hack up and change. No, yeah, you could definitely replace the arms pretty easily.
You know, I saw
Although then they came out with plastic assault marines.
I saw a tutorial on how to make like Hormagaunts look more interesting. That was pretty cool.
I think I probably saw the same thing. I like melting the tail so you can reposition it a little.
No, this guy just cut right into him.
Oh wow.
He literally made it look like they're like pouncing and stuff.
Huh.
That's pretty cool. And he just hacked them up. But because this was like on Instagram or whatever, he said it takes 30 minutes per model. So yeah.
And that's 30 minutes if you're really good.
Yep.
If you're him. Everyone else, it takes an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not as efficient, 3 hours. Alex YT, how do Artel W models paint up? Probably pretty good. They're resin, so you have to give them a wash with some dish soap or alcohol to get the release agent off of them. Megahertz 0111. Speaking of not painting what the brush can't reach, Jay really taught me to paint simple and satisfying rather than in some high, tedious standard. Painted 2,000 points, Marines. With that in mind, was fun. That's pretty neat. And I like to think that you're talking about the video from like 2 weeks ago, so you really got the let out.
I was about to say. Yep. I hope so.
Kino Cananos, I doubt we'll get new boys box. Just look at Chaos Warriors, new ones in the start collecting, and old ones for sale. I bet we'll get new ones. Look at Chaos Space Marines. The start collecting has Monopose Chaos Marines, and then there's a multi-part plastic kit Chaos Space Marine box on the shelf.
Didn't the same thing happen with the sisters?
And the Space Marines and the Gene Stealer cults. I mean, there's examples both ways, but I think more often things actually do end up with a box than don't. And I think it could probably be argued that the things that didn't end up with a box are probably just going to one day get a box. Like there's a bunch of stuff that is weirdly like only available in start collectings. Like most of the things in the Chaos Space Marine start collecting box. Although it is a start collecting box and not a combat patrol yet, I don't think. So things might change once they get a combat patrol. But I don't know. I think I think there's definitely more evidence of them going to get a multi-part box. Because unless I think you won't. Yeah, I think unless they do a new 20-man boy box, I don't think you're going to be able to build all the options out of the current box. And I think there's probably evidence of this, but I don't. Usually, you can build all of a certain type of loadout from one box, except for really crappy kits like the Chaos Terminators. Although the Chaos Terminators have like 50 different options. So I wonder if they just gave up. They're like, oh god, they need lightning claws or fists or combi bolters or chain swords.
All right,
or
ship them.
One of
Ship
each.
them, I don't care. Yep.
Odie Grasshopper, who the hell is going WYSIWYG with boys?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. Yeah,
And
I don't know. I play orcs and I just don't care. I don't know. It's gonna be fine.
Ed Scar, I like the converting process. It's the most enjoyable part of making a model for me. If there's some hyper dynamic poses, but monopose that sucks, I'd rather have a dorky multipart that I can cut up. I definitely agree. I like them both. I like really good looking monopose, and I like really good looking multipart. Like Tau probably have the best multi-part plastic kits. Space Marines had the worst multi-part plastic kits. I mean, they had the best in terms of every option in the world, because like Devastator parts fit on tactical parts, fit on Vanguard veteran parts, but they all looked terrible. Necrons never really had multi-part plastic kits. They did, but they only went together one way, and then you could sort of bend things awkwardly. It's really weird. Yeah, Eldar never really had. They did have multi-part plastic kits because you could glue the waists a little differently, but the arms were always keyed to one another. Yeah, it seems like they often try to give you as much control as they can, but some things fall short because of just the styling of it. Like Sisters of Battle, all of the arms fit on all of the torsos, but the bodies and legs are paired together because they wear robes, and it's really hard to give you options when it comes to a robe that covers both the body and the legs. Kyle Seeley, Blood Bowl Dark Elves are monopose, but for some reason each mini has 15 different pieces. It's crazy. Interesting. Yeah, and then you get weird things like the Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought, where it's literally a Gundam kit. Every single piece of it is customizable to your heart's content and posable. So I think maybe some designers are better than others. Some kits get more development time than others.
Mm-hmm. did a line of Coke and then started designing.
I also wonder if that customizability takes longer, and that's why we see these early boxes, like the Sisters box, come out, where everything fits on like 3 sprues, and then later on down the road, we get individual boxes for everything. Because when the Primaris Marines came out, 20 Primaris Marines fit on like 3 sprues. And then when they came out individually, one box of 10 Intercessors fits on 4 sprues. Lord Vesh, my theory is that there was supposed to be a Black Templar versus Orcs box set that had the new Crusader Squad Marshal EDC and the Monopose Boys, Megaboss, and Def Coptas, but COVID bungled it up. Maybe. That would have been a heck of a box. That would have been like a new Indominus. Although it would have sold like hotcakes.
Oh, yeah. Captain 191, I despise the easy-to-build Necron Warriors. They look great, but the build process is awful.
I didn't have that much trouble with the Warriors. I really struggled with the Scorpec Destroyers. But the Warriors, if you follow the instructions, I feel like they went together decent. And I actually did find that it's not a perfect fit, but you can put any of the heads on any of the bodies. I actually found out on accident that all of the Sisters' weapon arms will fit on any of the Sisters' bodies because I messed up with the instructions. And I found out that it's all interchangeable. Which kind of makes sense because they do wear like armor, and the armor is always the same. Oh my goodness, so much typing. Odie Grass Sniffer, the new boys are gorgeous. The old boys are goofy in a good way. They are both awesome sets of models. Yeah, the old orc boys hold up surprisingly well, except for maybe the heads. The heads are pretty bad. And you don't get many. Like, I think you only get like 10 orc heads. Or I guess 12, because you need 12. You think, like, most kits give you... Do you get extras? It's not many extras, because I just put together some boys. Because there's only 2 sprues for boys. And they each have 5 bodies per guy. Like 5 bodies, 5 legs, 5 guns, 5 swords.
What am I doing? Jesus Christ. Been a long day. As you know. Geez, my computer's really... I have a lot of stuff open. But not just Discord, and my computer's just running at full speed like yours.
Mm-hmm. I don't get it. My computer's technically better than...
Oh God, was that hilarious though? The computer was
Mm-hmm.
just sitting there. The only thing open was Discord, and it was just going.
Oh yeah, full blast.
Jeez Louise. We're gonna count all these heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15.
15. How
15
many
heads.
if you don't count any of the ones with helmets? Because I hate all the ones wearing
Yeah,
helmets.
I don't use that one either. Okay, there is. Does the one with the spike that points up? Does that one count as a helmet? Like a weird hat.
It's a weird hat. I guess
Yeah,
I'm fine
okay.
with the weird hat. I mean, I never use any of the hats or helmets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a second. Maybe I can't see. 6, 7, 8. 8 of them? Because they're maybe I can't see. These ones are I can't. They only show the back of the heads in one of them. I think maybe I miscounted. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's still like still a lot of them.
Yeah, but the Sisters of Battle box has 20 helmeted heads and like 15 helmetless heads for 10 models. It's awesome.
It is pretty good. Well, now I can just 3D print more.
As well. I like 3D. I like 3D printing, but that's the 3D printer voice.
I agree. I mean, I make that voice when I 3D print.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I'm 3D printing. This is going to destroy Games Workshop.
Mm-hmm. Oh, remember somebody shared the other day that there was a rumor going around that Games Workshop was about to make a statement about.
Oh yes.
So I read a Spiky Bits article that was actually really good. Surprisingly, the Spiky Bits is fine, whatever. But apparently somebody was on a phone call with the CEO of Games Workshop and then just said what was happening on the phone call, which seems wild, but apparently that's how it happens.
Okay.
And apparently the CEO admitted that they were too heavy-handed before and that they're going to release a new statement before Christmas.
Interesting.
Sounds like it could be a big old lie, but you never know.
Who's this random person on a phone call?
Return to Monkey. Still don't have multi-part kits for most of the new Necrons. Not that I care about the Warriors, but it would be nice for the Scorpex. What I found works really, really well with the Scorpex is if you cut the tab that holds the body to the legs, you can put any torso on any pair of legs. And then with a little finagling, you can get you can reposition the gun arms. I found that if you cut the peg that fits into each shoulder, and then you shove green stuff in there, you can reposition the arms. And so my 6 Scorpec destroyers that are all from Indominus all have really different looks. The nice thing about Necrons is that they're skeletons, and so it's not too crazy to reposition the skeletons. Things that with cloth or armor, it gets a lot trickier. But yeah, a bunch of stuff from Indominus. I don't know. It is. I wonder, because like you'd think the problem of releasing stuff that's not already finished in multi-part format is you don't have a huge incentive for fixing it. Like the I don't and it seems fairly random. Like the Primaris Outriders are Monopose Indominus models, but the Annihilators and Blade Guard veterans pretty quickly got banging multi-part plastic kits.
They probably have a formula of time versus how many they think they will sell or what people will want.
Frozen Throg. Whoa, Jay is complimenting Tau.
Wild. Jeez, are you secretly playing Tau?
Mr. Rainbow.
No.
Mr. Rainbow PhD. The problem with Monopose orcs is that you need so many orc boys. I agree, but they have not stopped selling the old boys, which makes me think that they feel a need to keep the old orcs around, which makes me think that they're going to come out with another kit that's going to be the new orcs, but with all the options you need.
I would agree.
Jason M. Tyranids have good multi-part plastic kits. Yes, yes they do. The only problem with the Tyranids is, frustratingly, not a lot of cross-compatibility. Like, Tyranid warrior arms don't look good on Ormagont's. Gaunt parts don't look good on Raveners. Because a lot of the Tyranids are so different in size that it's hard to kind of use the pieces across the faction. There's some of it definitely works. Like Gene Stealer arms look good on most things.
Brent Skinner compliments Tau. Says not all anime is bad.
That's right. I'm a furry.
Yep. You heard it here, folks. Yikes.
I didn't give anime a chance for the longest time. And when people showed me the good stuff, I started to really be like, oh, this is really something special here. And a lot of the things that we really like are because of anime. Like The Matrix and basically all modern action movies. Cyberpunk. Kung Fu.
Nuzzles, clip that. I agree.
Internet man. Also, fun fact, the old cast Terminators had a terrible selection of war gear. The current Terminator kit is an improvement. That's hilarious that the new kit is better.
Cody Grossniffer, we have Pokemon because of anime. We owe anime everything.
That's true.
There you go.
People love Pokemons.
Pokemans, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
As my grandma would say.
RTRT, hey guys, Games Workshop CEO, rumor is completely true. My bad, guys. I should have been more careful when I was ordering Chinese food the other week, but I got so excited when ordering chow mein.
Amazing.
Alex YT, when the date is stamped on the sprue, does that mean when it was designed or when it was cast? I think that means when it starts being cast, when the die is ready for production. Because I think usually, sometimes it's not always true, but I think usually it comes out the year after is when like you can buy them. Marco Rodriguez, the Outriders, you can give them Assault Intercessor arms to give them variety. Yes, yeah, they should fit perfectly. Sim the Sloth, the guard kit is pretty good too. Yeah, the guard kit is great. I mean, the humans are pretty standard issue across the line. Jefferson J. Thacker. Let's remember, folks, that we used to only have one orc pose, and we spammed it and loved it. Good old second edition. That's true. God, remember when there was one grot?
Yep.
And people would bring hundreds of that one grot?
Holding the gun. Holding the gun.
Ian Leche, I wonder what Space Marine shoulder pads are the easiest to freehand. Probably Black Templar. Their symbol is fairly easy. The Space Marine, or the Ultramarine Omega is pretty hard. You'd think it'd be easy, but
hard
then you have to draw like a perfect circle. And then everything else is just insanity.
Lamenters is the easiest one.
Yeah, Lamenters is, I mean, it's not even a problem. Captain Howdy 91. Bro, I'm going to put some warrior arms on a Termagant. It'll be the buffest gaunt that skipped leg day. DPS champion Kung Fu. Lol, what? I misspoke, but I meant like the way you film action scenes to like really show off movement. Because before it was like mobsters punching each other or cowboys shooting each other. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was thousands of kung fu and ninja movies before anime existed. Yes, yeah. Ian Leche. Anime is the foundation for all of Western civilization. Yes, yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find the words.
Yeah, but we got there.
Kino Cananas, has Valorant been wrong about a rumor before? I don't know, but I just tend not to believe anything until I see it.
Wait, what? I don't understand why you do that. I think you should believe everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should just spout lies. Honestly. I think Games Workshop is going out of business in 2022. And I know. Spread that rumor around. I just got off the phone with the Games Workshop CEO, and that's what's going to happen.
Lord Vesh, the Tau Empire has never had any connection to furries. This is fake news and must be stopped. Ethereal Supreme On Va, Master of the Undying Spirit.
Sounds like someone's a huge nerd.
DPS champion. Okay, that's fair. Anime has definitely influenced that style of fight scenes. Ian Leche, I think they got that from comic books, not anime. I mean, I think you need to watch some blow by blows of the Matrix and the scenes they got those fights from. But yeah, I mean, everything influenced everything. But anime has been pretty darn influential in just modern styles of storytelling and just like how you make things interesting and exciting, character design.
Yeah, Ratatouille was actually an anime before it was
a
Pixar movie. Do you know that? Yeah, it's kind of a fun little fact.
Anime was invented in 1917. Before that, it was all shadow puppets. Brent Skinner, the real pro move is getting angry when the company with the company after the leaked rumor is proven false. Oh, I saw this great Lego channel that it was super dumb, that they put out a video called Lego Has Lied to Us All, because Lego has made this, they make this product called Star Wars Battle Force or Battle Bundle. They're like $10 or $15 boxes that have 4 dudes, 4 like stormtroopers, and like one little tanky thing. And for years, for years and years and years, Lego has also sold blind bags of individual figures from like Ninjago or Lego City or just normal silly Lego figures. And people always assumed that they weren't allowed to do that for Star Wars because Hasbro had the rights to sell individual action figures, and individual Lego minifigures will be considered an action figure. And so they found out that that wasn't true. And so they put out this big hit piece against Lego because Lego didn't step in and correct their weird rumor.
Right. That they probably had no idea was going around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he put out a fun video after that about how Lego dropped him as a sponsor.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the hell?
Yeah, people are weird about their hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Brent Skinner, it's like the Nintendo fans last year getting upset about the Switch Pro.
I don't even know what the...
I barely know what the Switch is. I remember I've played the Switch once and I didn't like it. It's just kind of lame games.
Did you play the Jackbox games though?
No, I played Smash Brothers and I hate Smash Brothers.
Yeah, then there you go.
And there's like 2 buttons. Like, give me why not just let it be like a real controller or something? I get it because it's portable. You can play it on the bus while you hold it tight so it doesn't get stolen. I don't get it.
You hold it tight so it doesn't get stolen. Yeah, everyone's gonna probably. I think people are gonna unsubscribe because of that statement that you just put out there in the world. Uh-oh, it's already starting. Odegaard Sniffer, the Switch is amazing. How dare you?
I don't know. Nintendo games, modern Nintendo games, look like games from a decade ago.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you play games from 2 decades ago.
I do. And I pay $1 for them. And I can play them on my crappy computer.
Yeah, but...
Sean, considering Games Workshop ripped off every good story and theme from history and just changed the spelling or name, it's funny how they try to say it's their original idea. I don't think they've ever said it's their own original idea. I think they always keep quiet because they have borrowed and homaged a lot of things. But I think people kind of are thinking about things wrong when they really anthropomorphize a business. Because, like, I bet Games Workshop has tried to copyright every word they've ever written. Like, and that's not because they think that they own those words. They just want to see what sticks. Like, businesses are just factories of numbers and emails. There's no soul, there's no heart, there's no logic. It's just pragmatism. And so if you're kind of thinking like, well, if Games Workshop would just stop being a bunch of liars, maybe I would feel better about them. Well, there's no such thing as Games Workshop lying. It's just a company. Everything they say is not a everything they say is a falsehood in a way because they're marketing.
I don't know. I don't like these measured responses.
Sniffer, I will no longer be a Patreon. Actually, I need to upgrade to the highest tier. Yes, you do. Because with the highest tier, you get STLs.
that Jay can finally get the Switch he's always wanted.
And whatever's the newest Smash Brothers. I need the newest one because it looks just like all the others.
Yeah. God, I don't like it. I mean, I'd rather play Mortal Kombat or something fun.
Can I, is Dune a knockoff 40k? Yes. Yes, it is.
Odegaard Sniffer. In all honesty, Smash sucks.
Nice. Brent Skinner, are you saying James Workshop isn't a real person? Unfortunately, no. It's just an actor.
It is the funniest thing, though. It's really cute that they do that.
Mm-hmm.
I love James Workshop.
Both the videos have been genuinely hilarious, and in the new video, his lip is split open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whenever we got into like a bar fight.
Yeah.
Camulation 777. I wish that inanimate object would stop lying. Exactly. Battle Brothers Tabletop. What's up and good night.
Graham Carpenter. Are those Artel W models?
No, these are just regular old orc boys and
That's
Ludas.
Funny. We had that question before.
Does Artel W make, or they do make orcs?
Yeah, early, like one of the first streams we had somebody ask that same question. I hope it was the same person. That's funny.
I want Artel W models. They're badass. Maybe I need to shoot them an email and be like, hey, can you pay me a lot of money and send me all the models for free?
There you go.
Sign Eons, Nick and Jay, EOB, send.
Perfect. But you know what's even more perfect? That it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah!
And you know what that means? That means it's Betty Bye time for us.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put on our nightcaps, put out the candle, and get to bed in our separate beds, in our separate homes, in our separate places. We had 2 videos out this week. We have 2 more. We have one out on Friday, a little models and memes. I'm sorry I just spoiled it for you. And then we have a Patreon-only video on Saturday, which we're critiquing some of our patrons' work. So you got to join the Patreon for that. And tomorrow we have a Patreon-only stream after the normal stream where you can actually call in and chat with us, which is fun. Little hobby hangouts.
Yeah.
Always a lot of fun. Those always get a little wet, a little wild.
Mm-hmm.
Especially last week's with goose asses. But yeah, we'll be back with another live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central. So join us for that.
RT. I don't care what you say. Games Workshop loves me and cares deeply about my opinions. All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.